Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon, here on Stoneblock 3. So last episode we went and built up our blood altar stuff so that we could get some ethereal slates, and we have managed to get enough for one singularity. We still need a bunch more, but in order for that, we are going to need to do something about our LP supplies, because although we have 3 ultimate tanks here full, that is nowhere near enough for us to get all of the singularities that we are going to need. So today I think we're going to be working on doing a little bit of automation for that and for a bunch of our other singularities. I was looking in our book here, and it looks like the Well of Suffering here is what we need. Put a blood orb in the altar and maybe add a few runes of sacrifice for good measure, and you'll never worry about your LP supplies again. So that sounds good. We should be able to easily get a bunch more mobs in there. But since we got our altar built up, we have been doing a little bit of decorating, as you can see. I really like how the floor and the actual altar itself is looking. We ended up using a bunch of the blocks that we got out of the demon realm for that. And well, the walls, we pretty much just have the entrances into this room all decorated up, which I like. And we probably need to move this hole here into the actual hole that is marked out, which this here is for our new reactor, which is working really well. You can see we've upped the burn rate to 0.5 millibucket per tick, which is producing waste at a very steady rate, as you can see. And we have plenty of polonium pellets now. We've got another 16 in there, and I have another stack stored away already. Now the other thing that we've gotten automated is our uranite here, which that looks like that chest is full. So I think I'm gonna have to swap that out for an actual thing. Oh wow, that's okay, we're gonna have to go and clean that out, because that is not meant to backlog like that. Needless to say, we managed to use this timer from RF Tools utility to automate it quite a bit better than what it was. And well, now as you can see, we now have more stuff than we could hold in the chest. So that is good. We can just go stick that in our storage thing here. It is working really well. And we have a bunch of energy condensers with collectors set up here for all of our singularities that require us to basically just stick stuff in there and use EMC to produce it. So that is working quite well. We still need to get the other 5 and, well, kind of hook these up to our neutronium compressor eventually. So what we have automated so far, we have our XP Jelly Baby singularity done. I went and got our corrupted ingot singularity, or at least the corrupted ingot, so we can get the corrupted ingot singularity. I don't think I've actually put them through here. And we've got quite a few things going. So nether stars, corrupted ingots, and endurium, as well as our magenta matter, are all our EMC ones. Stick that there. Mob souls we have producing steadily from our mob farm, which is also keeping our source relay here functional. And that is allowing us to keep our source gems produced. Uranite, as I just showed you, we have that automated now. Same with polonium and our train track singularity. This one I'm really happy with, because we managed to get that fully automated so we don't have to worry about it at all. Basically how this works is we have stone and zinc nuggets being produced by our energy collectors. Those are just filtering down zinc nuggets into our deployers where they need to go. And our stone into a chest, going through a chute onto a mechanical saw, which turns it into slabs. And then that goes down the conveyor belt into our hopper, which is putting it in our oak drawers. We've got 5.8 right now. At least 5.8 thousand right now. So that is working really well. This will just keep producing as we're in the area. And I attempted to do something similar for our pig iron, but well, we've got almost a full chest there and just under 1,000 in our storage here. But well, this is not exactly working out the way it's supposed to. Still have to go through and take stuff out and basically dump it into the smelter to hopefully get that functional. Thinking maybe we can get a bunch of chests that put everything in the right ratios, and then basically flip a switch, have that all pour into the smelter, and maybe that'll work a bit better. But as of right now, we've got plenty of pig iron blocks. We still need more, but that is working quite well. Now, we still have a bunch more to automate. Pig iron's still not in the automated thing because it's not really technically automated. We need to get that well of suffering for our ethereal slate. Let's actually move that down there so we have the ones that we're working on. Mana steel, kind of in the same situation as pig iron. We still have to go in, manually toss stuff in. Nitro crystals, I think we can probably do the same way we have our uranite. Once that is done, I think that shouldn't be too difficult to do. The balloon singularity, we actually have to do a bunch of crafting. The tough fabric here is not too hard. We got tons of industrial hemp and tons of sticks. The issue here is going to be the treated wood slabs, which we need treated wood planks, and it looks like we can maybe get those automatically filled with this spout from Create. So we may have to set something up to work with that. Hopefully we can just put a fluid pipe in from our storage, which we have tons of items pouring in. We got tons of creosote oil, got several full ultimate fuel tanks here, and a thing of 9 coke ovens that produces that as we're in the area, provided I keep it supplied with coal. Our add-on processing tier 2, that is just going to take time because we have to put that into the dissolution chamber. So that is probably going to be the least fun. Gosh, there's so much stuff. But the emerald clusters, I have gone and done a bit of research, and it looks like this builder from RF Tools can be used to automatically mine the clusters for us. So we might try and do that and see if that will work for us. And more items. Really need to do something about some of the storage. Anyway, bunch of horns and stuff aside, we have bit of automation. So we need to get these 5 items. We need to automate these 2 things. And I was actually reading in our book a little bit more. And it looks like the Rigby here does not actually kill the mother silverfish. So if we actually summon that, get the Drigby charm here, and use that to get silverfish hearts, we can get as many of these as we want. We don't actually have to go through this whole process of getting antimatter, which was going to be a pain because we needed polonium in the supercritical phase shifter, and, well, I don't particularly want to have to go through doing that. So, we've got a bit of stuff to work on with that, because we need another silverfish heart, which we do have enough for 2 more silverfish. So that should be enough to be able to get this set up at least and get all of this going. But first, I think we're going to start with this wall singularity. We can't exactly automate this that I know of, but getting our field projector set up and getting that going should be very easy. And I think we should be able to get our emerald cluster singularity stuff automated inside one of those. I'm going to go clear out my inventory and this pile of junk at my feet, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I think we've got a big enough miniaturization field in here. I think we need to actually raise the roof a couple blocks, but if we toss that in there, yeah, I think the roof needs to go up a couple blocks, at least in the center here. Alright, let's try this again. If we toss that in there, do we actually have to redo our iron block here? Okay, so the problem seems to have been that we need to toss that down. So that will just go through and process. We really need to figure out some way that we can kind of automate that. And that should have, there we go. Compact machine wall. Now we can just repeat that several more times and get our wall singularity. But what I want to do with this is, I believe, Yeah, so we need 98 of those and a block of netherite for the biggest thing that we can make, which I see no reason why we shouldn't make that for our entire thing for emerald clusters. Why not? Not like we're running low on netherite or ender pearls or any of the materials needed to make this thing. So we just need to get all of the blocks for that. It said 98, which that's going to be a little off of a full thing. So it looks like we need to just do this another 3 times and we should have enough blocks to make a max size compact cube. All right, if I've done this correctly, there we go. That gets us our max sized cube. Once it actually says, there we go. One max sized cube. Now all we need is a personal shrinking device to actually get into this thing. So I'm just gonna go and stick this in the wall here, and then we can figure out what we need to get into this thing. Personal shrinking device. That's really not that bad. So I'm gonna go get that. Probably get a few more of these. Maybe even see if I can't automate this. Should be able to. There's no reason why we shouldn't. There's stuff that should place blocks for us. Actually, we do. We have a block placer here that we should be able to get to work. And hopefully get one more step closer to fully automating most of these. So I'm going to go get everything we need to hopefully automate our emerald clusters and get all of these crafted up so that we can get those started on our production. And then I'll be right back. All right, so a bit of fiddling later, and we managed to get our compact machine walls here fully automated. We can't stay around here too long, otherwise we are going to pick up the ender pearl. But it's basically 2 block placers in the corner there, and a dispenser tossing out the ender pearl, which then all gets picked up by this advanced item collector and dropped into our drawer. So that is working out really well. We did get all the stuff we need to try and get the emerald auto-produced, and we seem to have somewhat gotten Man of Steel auto-produced. We've got it set up so that the timers are triggering a dropper that automatically tosses the iron blocks into the mana pool. We still have to go and fill these with iron blocks. These are so slow that really going to be that big of a deal. But with those now automated, that now leaves just 4 more and the emerald clusters, which is not too bad. This is going quite well. Probably check on how this is doing. This is still draining. That is completely full of pig iron. Okay. And that is at almost 10k of the train tracks. So, not doing too bad. We can go and drop this into our obsidian chest here. It is currently working on getting infused ender pearl. Ender pearl is something completely different. Singularities, and we're just trying to build this up a little bit more. So this, we actually have to go and craft these back into ingots. I'm sure there's a way that we could probably get this to be automated, but right now, actually, you know what? I should be able to make a compact drawer. And that will turn the blocks into ingots, and we can just toss the stuff right into the storage system. And that would be a whole lot easier than crafting all of these by stack individually. But storage distractions aside, we do have everything we need to go set this up. So let's jump into our compacting machine. I did turn off our reactor because I jumped in here earlier to try and get this a bit more set up, and well, it kinda blew up. So if I'm reading our filter module here, sneak right click on a block to add that block to the filter mode whitelist. That should completely whitelist that. So we need to do that. So select the first corner, and now we just need to go up here and select the second. So that gets us the settings for our clearing quarry, silk quarry specifically. Hopefully, if we put that in there, it should hopefully clear just the clusters from the budding crystals. And hopefully, we can get this going pretty quickly. So let's see, start that. It looks like that is working. Let's get a few more of them in here so that every time it goes through, I just need to pillar these up. Let's turn off the watch for a minute. And that looks like it stopped. Why is that stopped? No power, it looks like. Okay, so this thing is going to need a lot more power. So let's take this moment to go and pillar these up. And we need to get a chunk loader in here. Hopefully this thing works. Doesn't seem to work on the reactor though, so should chunk load that for once we go out. That should keep all of this growing. We just need more power. So I'm gonna go hopefully set up some more power and probably get some more watches of flowing time. And yes, we can technically move that to the automatically crafting section. But with that, we need to get our ethereal slate and probably need to work on getting more silverfish hearts. That way we can actually get some proper EMC stuff going. So I'm gonna go get prepared for all of those, and I'll be right back. Alright, so quite a bit of work later, and we have everything that I think we're gonna need to set up our area up here for doing the Well of Suffering to get infinite LP. Hopefully this works. I don't know if we need to dig this out anymore, but we've got a 15 by 15 area up here that should be roughly the max size of what we need, and we really just need to go put some of this, what is this, dreadful dirt up here and start the ritual. Now, before we do that, we do have a few other things that we've gotten done. We went and actually got the emeralds properly set up. I can actually view this. As you can see, we've got a couple miners in there now, all filtering into the drawer, and 4 thermal generators in order to get this thing enough power. And as you can see, we've got 15 stacks of emeralds. They're not all the way up to the top and bottom, but they are pretty close with the watches of flowing time, and it is working really, really well. We've got over 1 million crystals in there already, and I would pop in there, except whenever we unload this dimension, or actually this area it seems, the reactor goes haywire, and well, we've still got superheated sodium, and this is still filling back up with sodium. So it is not exactly the best. We probably could see how our boiler is doing. It's still not quite done with all this sodium and steam. So that is slowly processing back down to fill this back up. But we should, actually, we probably have enough for a quick look inside. So going in here, and yeah, this thing is loud, but it works. As you can see, we've got 1.2 million in there, and this steadily rises. We get about 100 or so each time this goes through, so this is working really, really well. It's just extremely loud. Let's get out of here. At least the reactor is just a dull hum. But reactor problems aside, fortunately this thing did not go boom. It's already done that once, and that was not a fun thing to clean up because we had to basically completely rebuild this thing. But with that done, we pretty much have all the emeralds we need. We just need to get the LP thing here sorted. We do also need to do a bit more work with the reactor, see if we can't get that a little bit better. But first, we need to actually get all of this dirt in. We've got about 2 stacks, so we have a 15 by 15 area. It should hopefully spawn enough mobs to keep this thing functional. At least I hope it does, because otherwise this is going to be a lot of effort for getting those slates. And there we go. Now I just start knocking out these torches real quick. Let's actually make sure our teleporter is on our hotbar here. There's the set to home, which is not actually active right now. Get those out and teleport out. All right. So that is the mob spawner there all set up. It is high enough up that we don't have to worry about our feral flare lantern lighting up the area. And you can hear the mobs up there like crazy. All right, so let's... Rush of energy flows through the ritual. You'll push bear too weak to perform this ritual. Where's our tablet? Divination sigil. We need more health. Alright, let's try this again. Rush of energy flows through the ritual. It doesn't seem to be working. Do we have something wrong? Well, clearly something's not working right. The ritual doesn't seem to be activating. I'm gonna try maybe bringing this down a couple blocks, seeing if that works, and storing up enough LP to try this again. Alright, so we managed to get the ritual working. It looks like it's pretty much keeping our altar here completely full, which is perfect. I don't think we actually need to add more runes. A little bit worried. As you can see, it's working because we got that Enderman there taking damage, and I currently have it crafting up about 43 stone tablets. Hopefully this keeps it full enough. It's just doing the first round right now, but we'll have to see. But while I was waiting for that to actually kick in, I went and crafted up the Drigbee charm. We got some shards from a Drigbee that spawned over in our little farm area. And I shut off the reactor because, well, I didn't want it melting down on us while we're out in the boss arena. So, got all the stuff to summon the silverfish. We just need to go, first off, shut off the stasis chamber temporarily. Run on pulse. There we go. Turns that off. So we can actually pick that up here real quick. Get the quest complete. Apparently that's not the end of the chapter. Regardless, we need to use our Drigbee charm over here. Get a Drigbee henge. Should hopefully stick them items into here. There we go. We have our Drigbee. We forgot the cold chickens. We need to go get the cold chickens to get this to work. Alright, hopefully 2 of these things should be enough. We just need to stick them in there, and that should work on our arcane pedestal, maybe? Oh, wait. Oh, no, it is. It's working up there, and it's filling up the source jar. Nice. Perfect. We need that for the Drigbee henge here to allow that to work. So, with that now functional, we just need to make sure that redstone mode ignored. That'll keep that running constantly. And now, we need to activate that and run away. We can't unload this area because of breaking the silverfish, so we may have to take out a few skeletons. There we go. No idea if it's actually working. I don't see any master skeletons, which is good. Doesn't seem like they can track us here. That's just ultimate skeleton. Knocking, magnetic, desecrating, dampening. And it did summon a silverfish, but it looks like it's trapped by the stasis chamber. I really hope that ultimate oh, that's, yeah, a skeleton and a ultimate silverfish. I really should have had the items piped out here, where we could see them. But I did not think that far ahead. Drigbee, what are you doing? Let's get rid of these little silverfish. They should not be here. And our Drigbee should not be in that field. This is bad. Nor should it be taking damage. Why is it taking damage? Okay, I don't know what just happened. But it seems like the silverfish died for some reason. Plus, there's a bunch of silverfish just sitting on the altar there, so maybe it wasn't properly trapped, and we don't want to hit the Drigbee. Can we do this from a different angle so that we don't have the sweeping edge? So it doesn't look like the mother silverfish here was properly trapped, which means we need to go get more warm silverfish shards. Okay, and let's try this again. Hopefully this time the Drigbee stays where it's supposed to, and we can actually get the drops that we need. Let's take out that carpet, why not? Make sure that this is set to redstone mode ignored. That is currently functional. Double check this is set to boss. Alright, it takes a second to kick in, but yes, it is working. It looks like it's set up properly, so let's try this again. We've got our bow fully charged and a full quiver of arrows just in case we need it. And it looks like it took a second for the stasis to kick in. Alright, so it looks like we've gotten it working here. We've gotten 20 silverfish hearts, which is actually all that we need. And a bunch of dark matter and some experience gems. We ended up having to dig out a pit and put some lava in it to take care of the silverfish, which works really, really well, except for the handful that have fire resistance, which is a bit of a pain. We've had to, come over here to take them out every so often. So they're not too bad. Just smack them a couple times with a sword when they're actually close enough. And that is that. The silverfish did almost escape, but it managed to stay close enough to the stasis chamber that, well, it's still stuck. But if I'm calculating correct, those 20 hearts are actually all that we need. So, I think we're just going to leave this. We don't actually have to come back here anymore. So, yeah, we're just going to leave the silverfish and go drop everything here into a chest. So now that we have all these silverfish hearts, it's about time we put them to use. We do need some for this transmutation table, which I don't think we actually have everything for right now. I think we're missing the antimatter relays and the energy collectors right now. So I'll have to go look to see if we have those. But we can get some dark matter armor and gear. So I'm going to get out a bunch of dark matter and diamonds and see what we can do. I think I probably also need my create machinery here to reconfigure the auto crafter into something that'll actually craft these things, which it should be in here. Where is it? Oh, it's in my backpack. Never mind. So, we got stuff like a shovel here, which is literally just dark matter, diamonds, and a silverfish heart. Make sure we actually get these all in the right order. Okay, so dark matter, diamond, silverfish heart. No, what's the order here? Silverfish heart and dark matter on top. So that combines into there. And we get ourselves one dark matter shovel. So we've got a few more of these to go set up. Just basically rearranging how everything here is set in and getting that all set up. So we can get our boots and everything else. So I'm going to go craft up the rest of these, get ourselves a full set. After that, we can upgrade that to red matter armor, and then we can upgrade it to gem armor, which looks like we need to get a few things to go make that. So I'm gonna go get at least the dark matter and maybe an upgrade to red matter, and also go restart that reactor so we can get more polonium, and then I'll be right back. All right, so we have been quite busy, and it has been quite a bit of time later. As you can see, we've got more of the pig iron cooking up. Got quite a bit in there. We've got over 2,000 blocks. We did end up expanding the smeltery upwards again, just so we could store more at one time. And as you can see, we have gem armor. We've got helmet, boots, leggings, chest plate, and we have a full set of red matter tools. So I can't wait to go test these things out. I think I jumped straight to infinity before. But we should probably do this away from the base, if these are anything like the infinity counterparts. But as you can see, we have been quite busy. We've had to restart that a few times. We've gone and removed the Singularity Maker, and in fact shut down the entire train track production there, because we have completed that Singularity and a whole bunch of other ones. So we now have the Endurium block, granite, jelly baby, magenta matter, the mob souls, nether star, ethereal slate, corrupted ingots, train tracks, and the infused ender pearl singularities completely done. As you can see, we're getting really close on the mob filter and the polonium ones. We just need another stack of polonium singularities in order to do that. And the rest of these we are getting pretty close on. We did have to go and shut down the production here for the nitro crystals just because it was taking way too much power to run this, which is producing what we need to make the nitro crystals, and then going and producing the nitro crystals. So we need to add more power, which should not be a problem because, well, we should just be able to pop into our compact machine here, get our power sources here, and use those 6 here to go and fuel everything else. Hopefully that works. So, our reactor should be fine. Let's make sure that there's nothing going wrong with it. We do not want this thing melting down so close to finishing. All right, plenty of fuel, plenty of coolant. Those are empty. Okay, we should be good to hop in there and grab what we need. All right, let's grab our birch drawer here. Get that. Let's grab those, grab that, and that should be good. Let's get out of here. All right, we now have our birch drawer full of emerald clusters that we can now set up over here and get stuff so we can actually drain that. I did go and put on the new armor, and wow, this is... Whee! Oh, hey, we can actually fly with this stuff too. Cool. Definitely a dramatic upgrade. So, that will just slowly filter into there. We do need to go and set that into the system once we actually get enough of it. That is going to take quite a while to filter all of that through. There's over 1 million things in there. But in the meantime, we have some generators to set up and a handful more singularities to go through. Hopefully those go and produce all the power that we need to run both of these energizers at the same time for an extended period of time, because we really need those nitro crystals and we still need our balloon and processing singularities. But with that, that is going to be it for today. Again, there is still a lot that needs to be done and a lot here that just needs to be sat here and let run. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.